Hi guys, Michelle here from Andalery Gardens. This is a section of what's going to be the Treasure Cove. Well, what is the Treasure Cove really? There's the Treasure Cove there. So that pathway is gonna come out there, go around. I have spoken about this before. Come here in front of that's a swamp cypress. That's a low-lying area with quite a bit of water when it rains. It's going to come there. It's going to come here in front of those grasses. I'm panning you around. It's going to come here in front of the reed wall, which was to screen that. And then it's going to join back in with the pathway and then into the entrance over there. So this whole sort of pathway that I've shown you now will not be accessible from the outside, but by one entrance. So I'm wanting the grass here is just, in this little section of bed is just impossible. I can't plant anything here until the grass is gotten rid of. So I need to try and dig it up. This is where I had like a bit of a grass pathway running through there, which I wanted to reroute to this side. Now I still need to obviously have the pathway, but I don't think the grass pathway is the way to go. I need to get rid of all of this grass here. This is juncus. Juncus seeds itself. Yeah, it seeds itself like crazy, but it is a blessing because we can colonize a very big area so that my African queen setup is completely surrounded by juncus, so she's almost standing in like a patch of juncus. And then the juncus, I do want the juncus to continue a little bit further out when we do extend the bed. But for now, and I'm sure there's plenty more, I've dug up from further along in the garden by the confetti bushes, which is where we had some originally. And yeah, they seeded themselves like crazy. So I want to get them planted here. There's a few, these ones are also those are loose. So I need to get them in the ground, but I need to get rid of this grass and that first. All the brown rocks that are in the blue and purple garden, I want to bring, and I want to just pop them here for now until I'm clear as to how I'm going to use them. I do know that I want to use the rocks here, as this whole area must be just a beautiful array of rocks and stumps and succulents and grasses. So that's sort of the idea for here. That's the things that sort of talk to my soul, if I can put it that way. That is why this garden is called the Treasure Trove. So on today's agenda, I want to just see, it's a perfect day for this hard work of digging up the grass, as it's quite an overcast day. So I'm going to tackle that today, and then hopefully I can show you an area that looks nice and cleaned and tidy after that. Okay, we all done taking the grass out. I've left the pathway for now just so that I can get my bearings as to where the pathway is going to run, so I can plant something else in the other open gaps around the pathway. We had quite a number of junkers, so I was quite pleased about that. Maniki brought quite a lot, so the ones that are looking a little bit lanky and not straight up, those are all the ones that Maniki brought. So what I'm thinking is I need to move this. I'm not sure what that is, but I need to move. But I know it grows big. It grows about 2 meters, 2 meters by about 2 meters or so. So what I'm thinking is I need to move it away from where it is and then pop it over here, so that when we're walking from that side, we don't see through to the garden here. I'm going to need to get another one of them and put it over there so that it can be blocked from that side, and then this will block, and then that will block over there, and then as we extend we'll block a little bit more. So that is kind of what I'm thinking, just to move that. Then that also makes an easier gap over here for something lower. I might move that privet to over there, then it will also block the view from that side through to this way. So that needs to be done. Yeah, in the front I want to put some Vygies. Let me show you the Vygies. We've got a red Vygie and a yellow Vygie, and then there's like a little purple Vygie. There was also some grasses. I think they're pink hair grasses. I'm not 100% sure, as these were not ones that I planted. They were over there on the other side. So I've moved them to here. Well, that was actually 2 that was in the big pot over there that I took out, and then I've put them here. So I'm hoping that they are pink hair. They look like pink hairs. These are the pink hairs, yeah. So that'll be quite cool, because then that will completely block off the that side a little bit better until you actually come up the pathway over here. So here's a Vygie. It's not a happy Vygie. It's not a happy Vygie at all. It looks not very healthy looking. But I think it's in too much shade and it's looking a bit lanky. So I want to move that to the sunny spot over there that we've cleared. So that's a red one. And then this one looks nice and lush, but they also prefer a sunny spot. This was actually growing in a gutter. It just popped up by itself. It's not something I've planted. You can see the little flowers are sort of closed mostly. So that's like a sort of a golden yellow one. So that one I want to move. And then there's another one over there in our area that still needs to be sprayed, that I have not gotten down to spraying. So this is also a purple Vygie, but this is a bush Vygie. So this also needs to come away. Yeah, there's 2 here, and then there's a few more just elsewhere in the garden. They do seed themselves sometimes as well. So I want to collect all of them and put them in one spot, also on the inner part of the path. Okay, so we're all done. This is sometime after I originally started, probably about a week after I originally started this project of taking all the grass out. And this is how it turned out. I am very happy with the way things have turned out, but I am concerned, as I've been coming and just looking at the area from time to time across the past week or so, that, and the lie of this land, with it being right by the driveway, and there's a gully in the back there. That gully gets full of water, so this whole area is very marshy when it rains a lot. And I am concerned that these little Vygies might not make it, especially these ones. Especially these ones here in this area. I'm very concerned, as I know when we had lots of rain, it was to the point of flooding, so I suppose that's not always normal, but we've been having lots of rain and the ground has been very, very marshy. So I've been contemplating that maybe I actually need to turn this whole section into a rockery. Maybe that might really just solve this problem of the marshiness, yeah, and then it'll also solve the problem of all the brown rocks that are in the labyrinth that I need to get, not in the labyrinth, in the blue and purple garden, that I need to get out. So you might see in another video or two that we're going to make changes, yeah, that we're going to make a bit of a rockery. Essentially, I'm not really going to change so much. I still want to use all these Vygie kind of plants with little ice flowers in this area. Just they will then be raised up and much safer if it does flood. So I'm going to take you through what's happening here currently. So this is a little purple Vygie. This is probably more like a true ice flower, as even the foliage looks like it's kind of sort of glistening in the sun sometimes. This just popped up. It's closed now. I should actually show you this a little bit later on. And there's another little one in the shadow over there that also just popped up elsewhere, and then I dug him up and brought it here. That one also just popped up. That's got a white flower. They've all got that typical ice flower, little daisy kind of flower. This is the one with the sort of the golden yellow flower that was in the shade, hence it's so lanky and looking a bit more green. That's the same kind of Vygie, but that gets like a pinky purple flower. You can see that's much tighter and more yellow. That was in the full sun, and then that's little pieces there of the same Vygie. I'm going to leave that privet there for now and let it grow big like the one in the background. Maybe if I feed it, then that'll just make it grow a little bit faster and keep it trimmed round and keep it in this area. I will contemplate that. I still need to tidy up in the background there, still get rid of the grass there, but at least this area here is sorted. So I might see if we can get this into a little fountain effect, so I think the birds will quite enjoy that, and then maybe just drill a hole or two and then plant some more succulents in the little sort of pockets. Something that stays like small, but also again with the little ice flowers. Over here I've got the Carpobrotus. This is the soft yellow one. It's the same one that's on the other side. And then there's another tiny little one there. I don't know what color that is. That also just popped up in one of the pots. That one doesn't look very happy camper. So I've put this here. This This is nice, yeah, from the point of it's so rampant, and I can just walk on it. Plus it also gets the figs, which you can sort of eat, but they are pretty tart and sour. This is a pineapple guava. This gets like quite a scented, sort of very scented tasting fruit. We don't really eat it all that often, but the fruits are edible. Let me show you the flower. The flower is quite pretty. I wonder if there's one that's still... Okay, it's busy going off, but isn't that pretty? It's really pretty when they're covered in flowers. So that little blue ground cover, I'm not sure what succulent that is, but it gets the same little kind of shaped daisy flowers, like a soft sort of a more golden yellow as well. So I do like the rocks here. I do like the rocks here very much. I do like the rocks very much. I've put a plaque. Well, it's just resting here. This is a plaque that Seaton, that's my husband, made when my dad passed. My dad passed away many years back. Yeah, I think his heart and soul is very much in the garden. The garden was sort of started by my mom and dad. So that's an actinia. My shadow is a bit in the way, yeah. That gets a tiny sort of a pinky red flower. We had one on the other day. Quite a vibrant sort of little flower. Beautiful flower contrast to the variegated foliage. And then this is bush feigie. This is a bush feigie. It's like a bright sort of a purpley pinky color. And then this at the bottom is like just sort of a wild kind of actinia. It's sort of like weeds. It just comes up, but it makes a very dense covering, so it'll cover the ground quite nicely. So I thought, okay, just dig it up from where it is. They're looking a little bit sad now. Maybe I should actually cut them back or just water them, but they might send roots out, the pieces there, besides the original rooted section. So the grass pathway, obviously I didn't move that, as you can see, just also to give me an idea of the shape of how the pathway is going to run. But I am feeling that if I'm going to be bringing all the little rocks in another video or so, then yes, that might definitely move, but that we'll look at in another video. So for now, I'm happy as it is, and see you in the next video. Thanks guys for watching. Hope you're enjoying the videos and journeying me with as I'm making progress. I really feel like I'm making progress. I feel like the ball is really rolling, which is a wonderful feeling, and I thank the Lord for guiding me in this garden. So go well and God bless.